You are listening to the PraiseWorks Health and Wellness Network. Our broadcast host will take you on a journey of total wellness for your mind, body, and spirit. All the content aired on this network have been copywritten and are protected by federal copyright laws. All duplications and or rebroadcasts of any show on this network must have the expressed written permission of the network owners. The claims and views presented on this network are not necessarily the view and opinions of the network owners. Take a moment every day to look in the mirror and smile, for do you not know that your body houses the Holy Spirit who is in you, a gift from God? You are not your own and have been purchased by God. So honor him with your body as you take a journey of total wellness for your mind, body, and spirit.
Welcome to the Wellness Journey with Linus of PraiseWorks. Our program will show you the fun and simplicity of wellness. You can achieve total wellness through holistic practices and fitness. Join us now as we talk to the experts in the field of total wellness for your mind, body, and spirit. Here's Linus.
Hi, this is Linus from PraiseWorks, and welcome again. So glad you've decided to join us today. And fantastic guest that is visiting with us today. And I just love his philosophy in terms of motivating people to get in shape and to get fit. His name is Robert Brace, and he's out of New York, and he is known as New York's top fitness guru and also as a top celebrity trainer. And I'll let him tell you more about his background and how he came to become a fitness trainer. Robert, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us on the Wellness Journey. I'm very excited to have you. You and I have a similar background.
Likewise. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. We have a similar background. I just love that. It's always nice to be able to talk with a fellow dancer. Robert was a soloist with the Metropolitan Opera Ballet. And Robert, tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to get involved in training.
Well, like you said, I was a professional dancer. I'm originally from London. That's where the accent's from. And I got a scholarship to the Alvanani School. And initially, while I was in New York, I needed a way to, make money and survive. And so I started to do some personal training. And, I did that for a while, and then my dance career took off, and I did that for many years, and ended up doing lots of interesting things in and around New York. And then around the time my first daughter was born, I kind of wanted to branch out and do some other things, and so I got back into training, and it just kind of really took off. I was in a great location. I got some of my old clients back. And since then, we've created a few workout systems, New York Lean 25 workout system and the 28-day challenge that have gotten a lot of press. And it's just really been great, and it's been grown from there, really.
Well, with your 10 years of experience as a fitness and wellness guru, what do you say are some of the most common challenges that people have in terms of getting motivated to stay fit? I hear that myself as a coach and as a speaker and on the show, that's probably one of the most difficult things, is just getting people motivated. What are some of the things you tell your clients in terms of motivating them to get fit?
Well, I think part of it is looking at the bigger picture. I think presently we've come through a time in the fitness market when there are so many outrageous promises and outrageous products that promise so much and deliver so little. And I find that many people also have tried time and time again and not gotten the results they thought they would get. And so people really are discouraged. And I think it's really important to help people start to believe that change is possible, and not just change in general, but change for them, and that they can really dramatically turn around their health, their body, their image, and their fitness levels. So,
well, I find that I find that interesting because you mentioned something that I thought was very key about change. You're right. There's a lot of things out there that promise things that are just not going to happen, because the reality is, for some of these things to really stick, you have to be able to make a lifestyle change. Right. So when I take a look at your 28 challenge, how does that work, your program? How does that work in terms of reinforcing people's need to make a lifestyle change?
Well, the program is based on a few things. One, I'm glad we're talking about behavior change, because, one of the things, all of my programs are based on how people actually behave. And so the 28-day challenge, it's great, yes, because you can get very fast results. And yes, the genesis of it was we worked with this comedian who recruited me to see if he could get six-pack abs in a month. We did it in 28 days. The video went viral. And it's been, great ever since. But more importantly, studies say that most people can only stick with a diet for 5.5 weeks. Now, if people can only stick for a diet for 5.5 weeks, then I wanted to create a system where they would see dramatic results within that time period so that they could be motivated to carry on. Because people, the bottom line is people need to see progress. They need to see their bodies change. And so once they see that and they start believing again that real change can happen, they're more likely to switch over to a lifestyle of fitness and wellness. And so we put a program together that takes into account the fact that for a lot of people, you really only have their attention at most for 5.5 weeks. And so let's get them as far along as we can in that short period of time. And, I think I know that my dance background has helped me a lot, because there's different approaches to training that I include that help people get the results that they're looking for. So it's a combination of making sure we're doing all the right things from a scientific perspective in the way we design and build a program, but also making sure that it fits with the way that people actually think and make decisions and behave.
That's interesting. That 5.5 weeks is very, very telling. And I think when people are listening to this, they'll kind of count back maybe on some of the diets they've been on. They'll probably say, yep, about 6 weeks later, I was back to what I was doing before. And I'm glad to hear that your program involves behavior modification. But you said something else to me that was interesting. You mentioned your background in dance has kind of helped people in terms of how you train them. What is it about your background in dance that lends itself well to your training people and helping people to get fit?
Well, I think it's really essential. One of the main things you'll see in my DVDs, especially in the 28-day challenge, we have a principle called Fast, Fierce, Form. And I'm a stickler for making sure exercises are done correctly within the right form, because, you see so many people either following home DVDs or in the gym, and their form is not right, which means they're not getting the maximum effect of the exercise, and they could actually injure themselves. And having correct form is obviously something that comes from dance. And so that's one of the major things, is making the exercise and the time you spend exercising more effective by using, real, proper technique and proper form. That's the fierce form principle. And then in dance class, as you know, when you're training at a professional level, the way you progress through the exercises during the week is very methodical. And I try to bring that kind of methodology to my fitness programs, because I think people need to see the natural progression of their movements. And so when it comes to actual bodybuilding and building muscle mass and building lean muscle, there are ways to do it that really mirror the way that dance training works. And so that's what I try to put into my programs. And so far, it's worked. People do see results. There are less injuries, and they get the most out of the exercises that they're doing.
For someone that hasn't worked out for a long time, and they know they've got to do something. They've gotten the results back from their doctor that they're basically officially obese, although we kind of know when we're obese without the doctor telling us, but they're officially obese. Their cholesterol is up. Their blood pressure is high, and they're not knowing where to start. What would be your advice to someone that's going through this? And I'm saying this because a lot of my listenership happens to be women. 75% of my listenership is women, and a lot of them between the ages of 35 and 54. And there are different levels of trying to figure out what to do. So what would you advise them? What would be the first step of what they need to do?
The first thing is understanding the difference between being active and being fit. If you haven't worked out for a long time, some people will get overwhelmed when they see even a program like the 28-Day Challenge. The 28-Day Challenge is going to help somebody get fit. Chances are, if you haven't worked out in over a year or so, you haven't been active. And so the first step is to get to go from being sedentary to being active. And then once you're active, you can move along the curve to being fit. And so one is not to overwhelm yourself. You know, you haven't done anything for a while. Take a class that goes at your pace. Start to walk at a brisk pace. Take the stairs. Things like that. Become more active in your general lifestyle. And then also, I think, again, going back to what we're talking about in lifestyle change, is really trying to understand the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. There's a method of behavior change called stages of change. And one of the major mistakes people make is that they know they need to do something, and so they go from not doing anything to choosing the first thing that's in front of them. And what's really needed is time to really think about, you know, why you're making this change, why it's going to be different, and the key is preparation. If you go on start to change your diet, then you've got to plan, well, how am I going to get the right foods on the job when I'm in the office? What am I going to do for my lunch break? I get really hungry. I get stuck in traffic on the way home. What foods am I going to have in my car so I don't stop by the drive-thru? I know my husband or my kids might not be on board with me, so how do I separate their food from my food? And really taking time to think and prepare, because without that preparation stage, what happens is you just go on the yo-yo diet. You get convicted, you choose the first thing without really thinking through and preparing, and then, you know, you meet obstacles and get discouraged. Preparation is key.
Okay. What are some of the other key components of the 28-Day Challenge? I know you talked about making sure that you're doing the exercises correctly, making sure that your form is correct. What are some of the other key components of your challenge?
Well, there are two main things. One is interval training. Interval training has been clinically proven to be the fastest way to boost your metabolism and burn body fat. It's actually been proven to burn your body fat up to 9 times that of regular cardio. And so the interval training protocol we use is very fast, and you don't need as much time as regular cardio. It's actually the interval training protocol used by the Olympic gymnastics team in Japan. And basically, what it is short bursts of intense activity followed by short bursts of rest. And so, you know, you move very quickly, you rest, you move very quickly, you rest, and that's one of the ways we see people burn fat very, very quickly. And then it's the specific way we progress the exercises. There is a way to progress exercises from day to day that helps you get the maximal benefit in muscle building, toning, and, again, burning body fat. So those two key components are what we use to get the maximum results. And again, it's based on scientific principles. It's not something that we just came up with that seemed fun. It is fun. We do have a lot of fun on the DVD, and there are many different levels. But those two principles, interval training and the way we progress the exercises.
That's great. Now, do you get into talking a little bit about nutrition in terms of what they should be eating, what they shouldn't be eating? You see a lot of things out there lately, especially during the summer months, about fat-burning food, fat-burning snacks, and things like that. Do you get involved in that? And how important ultimately is that when someone is trying to get fit?
Oh, well, look, absolutely we get in that. Our program, the 28-Day Challenge, and the other program we do, New York Being 25, come with diet plans because we use all of the right physical training techniques in our programs, but you cannot out-train a bad diet. And what we do is for both programs, we have two diet plan options. One is more restrictive, one is less restrictive, but in general, what we try to do, because the 28-Day Challenge is about boosting your metabolism, we try to boost your metabolism and then reduce the amount of carbs, fats, and sugars that you take in, so that your body, as your metabolism is boosted, it needs another energy source. And so if it doesn't have as many carbs, fats, and sugars, it's going to take that energy source from your stored body fat. And what ends up happening is your body fat just melts away. And so we definitely get into diet because you can't have one without the other. And again, it's something we repeat over and over and over again within our systems.
Tell me a little bit about women and fat. One of the things that I hear a lot from my clients is the whole thing around belly fat. That is an ongoing issue, especially for women my age. I'm 55, and there's this issue around belly fat and cortisol. What's your stance on that? What do you think the answer is in terms of helping women control the belly fat?
Well, I think people talk a lot about focusing on one area. The general science says you need to lose body fat from all over your body. And you don't just focus in one area. There is some research that's beginning to show that you can focus in one area, but it's with very exhaustive exercises. Women in particular face a bigger challenge because of their hormonal makeup. Women are designed to carry more body fat, especially because if they're going to become pregnant, the fetus needs that extra nutrition, that extra energy. And so it is more difficult, especially for, again, post-menopausal women. So women definitely need to add a lot more cardio to their programs and not to shy away from strength building and muscle building exercises. Because the more muscle mass you have, the more calories you burn while you're at rest. And the more calories you burn while you're at rest, the more fat you'll burn. And so it's essential to have a complete program. And I know that sometimes that might be overwhelming, but just making sure in your workouts you are getting some muscle building, you are getting some cardio and interval training if your body can handle it, and continuing to eat right. One of the other things that many women miss is they'll say, well, look, I'm eating the same way now that I ate 5 years ago when I was 15 pounds lighter. The thing about that is as you grow older, you need less calories to maintain the same weight. So if you're eating the same amount of calories over years, you are going to put on weight. So that's very important. And also, if we just finished the 28-Day Challenge program with this fantastic comedian called Francesca Ranzi. She has a YouTube blog, and we, instead of doing it in just 4 weeks, we did 28 days of workouts, which is a little bit longer. Wow. And her results are absolutely phenomenal. You'll see it online. Her body totally turned around, but it's because we took into it. Yeah, it's amazing. She wanted to look like a fitness model, and so I took that into account, and we really went after it, and she's going to be posting her videos online, and it's just tremendous.
That is fabulous. That is fabulous. I love the idea of that whole 28-day thing, because most people feel like, oh no, there's no way I can get myself together in 28 days. But based upon the interval training and making sure that you're doing things the correct way, and also taking a look at your diet plan is very important. Now, you mentioned something about being able to see her online. When it comes to your 28-day program, how can people find out about it? Where do they go to purchase the program and to get in touch with you?
They can go to the28daychallenge.com, then 28daychallenge.com. the 28daychallenge.com, and they can see the DVD program, they can see our classes, they can see some of the before and after pictures, and by the end of this week, there'll be even more stuff on there for them to look at as Francesca finishes her 28-day challenge. So yeah, there's video there on how it all started, a very funny video with comedian Mark Malcolm who challenged me to get him six-pack abs in a month. So there's a lot of, it was extremely funny, and he did it. He did it in 28 days, and we got an overwhelming response from that, and that's how the 28-day challenge started.
Fantastic. So they can go to the 28daychallenge.com, and there they can purchase. They can actually purchase your program or your DVD and take a look at the videos and some of the results. So I've seen some of the pictures of the results, and they are absolutely phenomenal. And I can tell you right now, listeners, they don't look Photoshopped to me. They look like the real deal because everybody looks the same in the face and everything.
Yeah, we purposely do not Photoshop anything.
Okay, yeah, they look like the real deal.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Robert, thank you so much for being on the Wellness Journey. We truly appreciate it, and it's such a phenomenal way that you have taken your training from ballet and applied it to ways that people from just everyday backgrounds can get fit and stay well, and we appreciate your time here on the Wellness Journey.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. Wow, I can't believe that the whole hour has gone by since you've been with us, and I thank you so much for spending time with us. And remember that along your journey, you will come across all kinds of tools and things that you can incorporate into your journey for total wellness, for your mind, body, and spirit. The whole idea is not just to come across them, but to actually use them. Select the ones that resonate with you and begin to incorporate them in your daily life. This is Dennis from PraiseWorks, and you're on the Wellness Journey. We'll see you again next time.
Thank you for joining us on the Wellness Journey. We hope that you have enjoyed our show and look forward to the opportunity to share with you again information that will help you along your journey to total wellness for your mind, body, and spirit.